Hello everybody and welcome back. Today's block is called the combination star, and for that I'm going to do the white one on camera. Out of white you will need 16 2.5 inch squares and 2 5 1/4 inch squares. These are going to make this, and mine came out just a hair short actually. So if you're still new to it, maybe make it 5 1/2 so you have room to work with. And then I'll also need, I chose this pink. You'll also need 2 5 1/4 of that fabric. And then you'll need the other fabric. We're only using the 3. You'll need 5 4 1/2 inch squares. And I'm 1 short, so I'll have to cut that, but that's no big deal. So first we're going to turn this into the hourglass block. So to do that, you're just going to lay them down. I took my ruler here and I laid it corner to corner and I drew a line, and I did lean my pen in a little bit to get in there, and then I also sewed just a hair on the inside, and I found that worked best, although I still was a little short. So not much. It's going to work. It's enough that it's still going to be used. You're just going to cut that in half. We're going to iron them open. And then we're not going to do any trimming or anything here. We're going to flip it over opposites and pin it again. We're going to nest our seams and pin. Oh, I do have the black one I didn't show you. I'll get that out in a minute and I'll show you. We're going to pin it on both sides, and then we're going to do that same step again. So if you've never done it before, this is what you're going to do on the original triangles. You're going to lay this down with the yellow on each corner. Now when I did the black one, I used this orange pen. You wouldn't be able to see it on camera, but it did show up enough for me to get it sewn, because, you know, the blue wouldn't have shown up. So then we're going to go sew these down on the inside of each one, but we're also going to do this. So this is going to be this square, which I believe is called, I know it's like a square and a square, but I don't know the actual name. I need to do some research. Either way, we're going to lay this here on the corner. Now, I have a new tool, which I've gotten to work pretty good. So we're going to lay this down to where our line here is corner to corner, which also makes it line up these lines here, so it's straight. And then we're just going to slice that off. This rotary cutter. Okay, now I'm not going to pin that. I'm just going to take it over and sew it, and then I'm going to run one of these down, and then we'll come back and do the other opposite side corner so we have them all done. So let's go to the sewing machine. We're just going to line it up there. I recommend that tool. It has helped me. Those blocks were quite a pain. I'm going to go a little more on the inside of this one because I need it to come out a little bigger. I can make the other one work enough that I'm not going to redo it, at least. We're going to cut this loose. Let's go back over. Well, maybe. We're going to iron it open. And see how with that tool, it just went perfect. I know. I'm impressed too. So we're going to do it again. I don't think I've ever done it so well. Now, there was a learning curve. My first one didn't turn out that great, but these are. Slice that off. We're going to go sew it up. Then we'll switch to the other one there. But also I think my problem with that ruler was I was letting it slide at the end, and my seam allowance was going more than it should have been. So it really was mostly user error on that. Well, I might have to re-sew that other side. I did get it pretty far out there, didn't it? It'll come out wonky if I don't. Alright, we're going to cut this off and iron it open. I actually don't know if I took you with me on that one. Sorry if I didn't. We're going to do the next one. And same thing, we're just going to lay it down. Lay it down. When it's lined up, we'll cut it. We'll go sew it up. I don't have another piece to sew yet. Alright, let's iron that open and we'll do the last side, and then we'll square up our others over here, and then we're just ready to put it together. So you're going to make 4 of each of these blocks. I do have 2 of there, 3 of these, and then this is 2 here. So that's our 4. And then again, I have to cut, I don't know what happened to it. I have to cut another block of that. No, of this. So let's go over. It's not going to be great. It got away from me a little. All right. Let's iron it open. It's not bad. Move these. And then we're going to cut this. My lines are not the greatest, but again, it will be fine. So now we'll iron these open, and it really doesn't matter because they're the same thing. And they're not going to line up on anything, so it's fine. And we'll trim them down to 4.5 inches. Let's get this out of the way. And this out of the way. And this out of the way. Line up our diagonal and our 2 1/4, which I have my tape on there for. And then we'll trim that off. Spin it around. Then we'll do the same thing and also line up the 4.5. See, it's just barely, which is how the other ones turned out. Which has a little to do with my sewing probably. So, again, just give yourself a little more fabric to work with. Spin it around. Get the other ones. And we'll line up the 4.5 and the diagonals. See right there, it's a little short, but I can make it work. Let's get these out of the way. Grab my fabric here and we'll cut a 4.5 inch square. And on my my second fat quarter of this, so I'm doing pretty good using it up. I have a few more left, but you know, I'm thinking of making up some pincushion kits to work with later. So now we just have to lay our block out, which will go something like this. This is the middle. These are the corners. And then these are the star pieces. It goes like this. Here's the black one. So it's opposite. And I like it. I'll tell you, I like every other one. All right, so now we're just going to sew our blocks into rows, and then we'll come back and we'll put our rows together. And just like always, I'm just going to reach to the side and grab them because I'm right here and I can. I like this one. This is a good block. I like it. Puts a lot of skills to use too. Y'all, I about screamed. A little piece of black thread or fuzz or something just went rolling across this table and I thought it was a spider. I don't do spiders. They're creepy. I almost had to edit a video. Alright. I'm going to cut that off and just grab the next one. And these blocks are they're the same no matter how you do it. So it really doesn't matter which side you get. And then you do want to make sure these get put in right, that your white is facing your middle. Otherwise it doesn't make a star. Probably still be a pretty block, it just wouldn't be the one we're doing. Alright. This one's short, so let's put it in the middle and make it the best we can. Alright, let's go iron it open and see what we got. I'm gonna iron the middle one to the middle and the top and bottom to the outside. Just because that's what I usually do unless there's something forcing me to do it another way. Not bad, not bad. Alright, so top, bottom, well, whatever. And there you go. Ooh, I like it. Alright, let's pin the top to the middle. It's hanging over a little. It's okay. If you're not making mistakes, you're probably not trying hard enough. Put one in the top, or the beginning. We're gonna just fold it up and fold this over, and then I do want to pin it like this, so I just flip it over. One at the end. If I put one at the end like that, it holds those two together way easier than my fingers. So I like to do that. All right, and then I'll just hold this one because I'm going to start there. So let's head back over. I like to remove the pins as I go, otherwise I stick myself. Let's grab our starter and our in the middle, or I don't know. Great. Flip it around. Let's get this side done. It's exciting. Let's see what we got. So I'm going to iron it to the middle. Just because. Not bad, not bad. So this piece is a little out, but that's okay. There it is. This one is called Combination Star, the white version, and the black one. And actually, I like them both. Well, this is a little light. Perhaps I should have alternate or done opposite, but it's too late now. Anyways, there it is. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you make the block and love it, and I will see y'all next time. Have a great day.